I met my GF through a Loki fanfiction. I'm the author of a few pretty popular Loki fanfictions on Al3/Tumblr. My GF, 1 year older, was a very invested reader for one of them and sent me anonymous asks each chapter. When the fic ended, we followed each other on Instagram, started texting/FaceTiming every day, and met up over the summer and met each other's families. We're moving in together soon. Whenever people ask how we met, I say it was online through a writing blog, and I heavily imply it was poetry, not McCool Loki Lofison fanfiction. Funny thing is, now we both ID as gay. I'm a woman, despite that fic being Loki/reader. Funny how things work out. Anyway, the Loki show sucks. I ruined my first kiss. I've been thinking about this for a while now. Because of my past with being sexualized by situationships, I had no idea how to do romance. I almost always resorted to sexual things when I met my boyfriend. So much so that a month after we met I'd sent him nudes. It makes me feel so guilty and disgusting, but I was so used to it because of what I used to do with people. I always used to get involved with guys thinking that they would bring something new and different, and they always led me into sending with their promise of love and security. I was conditioned into thinking it was normal. We shared our first kiss many months ago, and I always think about how it's a memory I kind of dislike. I always dreamed about having a romantic first kiss, like the ones you see in movies. But for my first kiss, it was in my bed at home after he and I had been cuddling. What I hate about this memory is that we did sexual things with each other after. Thinking about this always makes me want to cry. I feel like I've ruined everything that was supposed to be innocent and good, all because I was so used to being treated sexually. Awkward moment with my girlfriend. So my girlfriend, F19, and I, M21, were eating out at Wendy's, and we were sharing secrets of ourselves that no one else or most people don't know about. Her last little confession to me before having an awkward giggle was that she took a 10-inch dick. My eyes widened and I said, "What?" and she told me that again while smiling, and I wasn't sure how to respond to that and tried to figure out what to say, and she said "so yay" in a low awkward tone as she giggled again, and I suddenly had a boner. Usually I would get bothered about hearing about my own girlfriend's past sex life, especially if it was wilder in a way, but for some reason I got turned on by it. I decided to just straight up tell her that, not knowing what else to say, and she opened her mouth wide and quietly said, "Want it?" I could have just kept it to myself, but surprisingly I decided to admit my true reaction to it, and then I asked her if she was weirded out by it, and she said no. With the way she is, I guess she wouldn't be the type to get weirded out very easily, especially by that. Although she asked me if I'm having a boner and I said yay, and she smiled while quietly asking why, and then covering her own face for a second and called me a weirdo before blowing me a kiss while getting up to go get more ketchup. This was something I'd rather talk about on here instead of with someone I actually know. Do I have the right to moan my friend's name during sex? I love saying his name. I love when people say his name. It's very common name. Especially named after a movie. I even thought about naming my children or pets after his name. Will moaning his name show too much intimacy while having sex? We're just friends. I don't want to be too intimate where to point I get confused and jealous. Nothing further will go on between us from being just friends. Boyfriend showers only once a week and I don't know to convince him to do it more. My boyfriend only showers once a week. After a while, he starts to smell and his hair gets greasy. He also wears the same clothes for days and rarely shaves. I told him that it was nasty to me, but he doesn't care. He says that once a week is way enough and that showering too much isn't good for the skin. Honestly, I lost a lot of attraction because of that, physically and sexually. I asked him if he was depressed, but he told me that it wasn't the case, that's just the way he likes it. I just wished he made an effort. I feel like his mother and I'm getting tired of it. He wasn't like this in the beginning, I just don't understand.